Checking in here at what time is it? 10:08 a.m. Tuesday, December 30th. We're almost at the end of the year. Can it be? Man, the year just started, didn't it? Nope, about to roll over into 20 and the 26. Hope you are doing well. Usually, back when I was working before my early retirement, this was one of my favorite weeks of the year because real estate is very slow during this week. So I'd always take off approximately 2 weeks, the Christmas week and then the week following before New Year's and New Year's Day, New Year's Eve, New Year's Day. So exciting times. I took another 100 grand out of the account. So that now I just did the math on it. I'm at 1.25 million in 2025 that I have been able to take out of the account which I'm very excited about. Of course, a nice chunk of, a decent amount of that went into physical silver, a little bit of gold, and bought some more yesterday. In fact, I did a couple of silver moves yesterday, added 100 contracts, call options at a 63.50 strike, and they're already up $27,000. Hello. AGQ got 200 shares yesterday at like 160 and change. What is it? Yeah, 160.38. So those are up 42.68. I was testing those just to see if the market was going to indeed turn around. So I got a kind of a lucky entry there. Of course, I wish I would have bought more, but hey, that's what you have. That's what you have. And what else? So I did catch a little bit of action on S&P 500 futures, which is ticker symbol ES, 1075 there. Can't complain about that. And I would be looking, actually the Fab Five are getting ready to go to a beautiful lunch at one of the famous restaurants in the area called Teebles, located in Northwest Indiana. And so I don't want to be in a trade during that. But I would be looking for, if you look here on the right, there you see my number, the 43, 44 area. It has repeated itself 2 good times so far. And I'd be looking for that again to repeat, because sometimes these patterns in ES, they will repeat themselves until they decide which direction to trend. And we've talked about it many times. ES loves to flush and then short squeeze its way back up. So that's really all I'd be looking for today. And that would be after we get back from the restaurant. So we caught 1,075 there. And then on silver futures, this is actually misleading a bit because it says the daily P&L is 9,600, but part of that was yesterday. Once the market reopens at 5 o'clock, the futures market, then they consider that to be, this day will go from yesterday at 5 p.m. to this day at 4 p.m. So we're having a good run on silver futures, up 9,600 there. And a couple of channels I've been enjoying lately regarding silver. If you are a fan of silver and you're not checking out Kevin's channel, then I would say you need to do so. Now it's really good. I think it must be AI, but it's really good AI. And I'm really enjoying Kevin. Another one that I was referred to is the Market Sniper. So I'm enjoying a video, and it's funny, why you will sell too soon. I had a bunch of call contracts, if you've been watching the channel for any amount of time, just recently, and I took profit on all of it way too early, which is something that I have a tendency to do. I like to, let those losers run and cut those winners off early. So I got to work on that in 2026. So I'm excited about making some progress in my trading. Uh, you know, Emotions is obviously the biggest part of trading for me. Controlling them, the mindset, rip those band-aid off, take those losses quick, which I'm getting better and better at, but I'm still not yet getting better at letting the winners run. And one of the reasons, like for instance, on ES, Robinhood does not allow you to have a trailing stop. So you can let that runner run without having to manage it manually. So I keep bugging them and checking in with them, and it's like, and we're working on it. We're going to have it soon. They have trailing stops in everything else, but not futures. So I want to see that in 2026. Otherwise, I'm going to have to like open up a Ninja Trading, or what it is, Ninja Trader. Who are you looking at? It's my imaginary friend Terry over there. So that'll help me, mentally allow for more profits, because then I don't have to just stare at it and like every little glitch it tries to take down. Like, and if I was still in this trade, I would have already moved my stop way up. Like if I say I got caught this trade again, I went from 43 up to 54, I would have been out already. I would have, and if I still had one left to manually, I would have moved my stop up so far that I'd probably be stopped out already. Just talking out loud, even though it looks like it's in a little baby bull flag right here. So it could take the top off of 55.75, because I'm still looking for 7,000 this year, and we're already at Tuesday, December 30th. One other fun note is Earl Campbell's Thighs won the Super Bowl in my brother's fantasy league, and that would be my team. Earl Campbell's Thighs. If you know who Earl Campbell is, then you're probably pretty cool. Let's go take a look at some chart action. So this is what we were talking about. We get back into this because I've got the 6944. I had that highlighted since yesterday. It keeps repeating itself. Got the 38 because we get a flush down under 38, then that could be some trouble as well. Although yesterday it acted as a nice little backstop for a trade. I did catch a baby trade yesterday in ES. How much was it? 1,062. Again, I'll take that all day, every day, and twice on Sunday as I learn to trade the ES. So yeah, look, it's making its run at 55. If it gets through 55, then I think 61 is definitely going to be showing up today. Silver still threatening. It keeps threatening 76 over and over again. Let's just put a line up there for my own visual aid. Right at the top there. What is that? 76.095. Just a visual aid. Whoa. What happened there? And if you are a friend of silver, I think you're probably looking for the same thing I am, and that is 100 plus by spring. That is what I'm looking for. So if we could come back down today, back to that low 75, because I was able to get a nice trade in the high 74s today. I even followed it down. I had a contract at like, I don't think you really care, but I could tell you exactly, but I'd have to pull it up. So I'd be looking for another future trade around 75. And I would also, based on what it's doing today, because it's still it's bumping its head here, and silver likes to do that. But once it gets through, we should be riding right back up to 80, and then from there. But I'm expecting another attack this week, because the attack Sunday night into Monday was a perfect time to do it, because there's not a lot of volatility in the market, not a lot of participants in the market. So those that love to manipulate silver can do so. I would expect that to go on again tomorrow. I got to look to see when do the futures markets close tomorrow, because it could be a very good time for them to attack those fraud banksters, bullion banksters, etc., to attack the price, because they're just taking they're taking a bath with all the short covering they're doing. But looks like it's trying to break through as we speak right now. If it can hold it, which I'm not saying it will right now, because of course for my own good, I want to grab another entry. So we get back down in that 75 range. I'll probably add another 100 contracts of call options, but I'll likely take those out to May or June, just to buy some more time because I'll be, of course, paying more for them and at higher strike price than I did yesterday. What is Biddy doing? We've talked about this for weeks now. It's just, I put this line in for my own visual aid. It is just trapped under this, about the midway point between this range that it's been in for a while. Looked like it might try as early as today to get through it, because I would expect if it gets through, it should shoot up to 9 and threaten the top trend line of this range. GC, wow, is this accurate? Is that up to date? How does it look? And, we were talking about this for a while. I was tracking this line, and then I did do that 1-day GLD trade with some call options, and of course got out way too soon on that. SLV showing overbought right now, but it has a tendency to do that. It'll just find itself. I mean, look how long it has spent, or how much time it's spent in overbought. I think some of these fundamentals and these, I guess you should, hold on, I got another screen over here distracting me. The technical analysis, some of these things I think go out the window in this type of a parabolic move from what I've seen. And again, I'm only 3 years into trading at this point, and it wicked its way through. And how far will it go back down? Will it come back under 75.5? That's what I'd be looking for. Once it gets under 75.5, then I'll be, of course, if I'm at lunch, I won't be, but I'll be looking for that 75 again. But I'll also be very interested to see if there is an attack tomorrow on the silver. But for tax purposes, I'm just going to hold on to my AGQ no matter what right now. I mean, if it starts to look like an attack is underway, I'll probably sell some covered calls on my position. I might do that anyways. No. Don't you like when I just talk out loud? But I'd be holding my current silver positions, plural, until next year, just because the tax that I have on the board. Oh yeah, ES just breaking out big time here. Let's take a look. I'll be holding those positions just because I don't want to give the government any more money than I'm going to have to. And you know what they do? They rake you over the coals. And I'm in the highest tax bracket possible this year. Yeah, here we go. Bumped its head on 61. Will it turn? Whoa. Because that is one of my spots that I've had on for at least a week. 61. Gets through 61. It's definitely going to 66. 71 could be seen today. So again, though, I will try to be as patient as possible. Another thing I've been working on. And if we get back into those mid 40s, I'd be looking to go long again on the ES. Indeed. So I just wanted to say hello. Is it me you're looking for? And I could see it in your eyes. I could see it in your smile. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, click the button now. What do you think, Terry? You like my singing? Like, subscribe, comment, share this video and this channel with a lovable friend, and I'll see you in the next video.